Hello students, welcome to this video lecture of this chapter for Science Olympiad of class 5. So you can see here students, today we are going to discuss chapter number 7, which is matter and materials. Okay, previously we have already discussed the first 6 chapters video lectures. If you have not seen yet, you can just watch it. Okay, so let us start with the first question. The first question is, refer to the given picture. Here x can be, okay, now here it is written that I think I should carry y in a box made of x to my home. Okay, so what is x here? Okay, so you can go for definitely C, thermocol. Why thermocol? Because thermocol is a good insulating material as it is a bad conductor of heat. Now ice cubes kept in thermocol box will not melt for a longer time. Okay, so according to the actually lines, you have to choose your options. Okay, question number 2 says that dash should be used to make a cooking pot and dash can be used to make its handle. So definitely this is very easy one, that the material used to make cooking pot should be heat stable and good conductor of heat, while the handle of cooking pot should be made of a non-conducting material or insulator which doesn't heat up easily. Okay, so you can go for option number C, which is aluminum and wood. Okay, question number 3 says that select the correct option regarding properties of solid, liquid and gas. Okay, there are few properties are there. If you tally the 4 options, then you will find out few properties are there regarding solid, liquid and gas. So your correct options will be for question number 3 is B. For solid there is a fixed volume, for liquid there also a fixed volume, but there is gas, no fixed volume is there, variable volume is there. Okay, okay, let us move to the next one then. Question number 4, a solid can be changed into a liquid by the process of what? Okay, 4 options are there: condensation, evaporation, freezing or melting. So you should go with option number D, which is melting, because solid changes into liquid by the process of melting. Okay, very easy one. Okay, question number 5 says that naphthalene balls may reduce in size or disappear due to evaporation, condensation, sublimation or precipitation. Okay, so definitely some solids like naphthalene balls and camphor, when heated, they change directly into vapor without changing into liquid first. Okay, so this is called sublimation. So you can go for the option C, which is sublimation. Okay, okay, now question number 6, which of the following statement is incorrect? So let us read all this statement. Option A says that linen is obtained from plants and absorbs water well, or plastic conducts electricity very well. Option C says that evaporation is faster when the surface area is large, or copper vessels lose their shine over time due to action of air and moisture on them. Okay, so out of these your incorrect option should be option number B, because plastic is not a good conductor. Plastic is a bad conductor of electricity, or it is an insulator. Okay, now question number 7 says that select the activity that is an example of chemical change. So let us read the options: melting of ice cream, rusting of iron nails, making curd from milk, or both B and C. So definitely you can go for option D, both B and C, because rusting of iron nails and making of curd from milk, both the things are your chemical changes. Okay, now question number 8. Question number 8 says that 5 objects U, V, W, X and Y of the same volume but different masses are put into a tank of water as shown here. Which of the following is the most likely to be the mass of object S? Okay, you have to find the mass of object X. Okay, now you can see here that all the U, V, W and Y, the masses are given: 42 gram, 31 gram, 52 gram and 75 gram. So if you tally these masses, then definitely your answer, or you should go with option number C. Okay, option number C means 64 gram, because since object X is floating between W and Y, its mass should be somewhere between them only. So that is between 52 gram and 75 gram, and according to the options it is 64. Okay. Now question number 9. Question number 9 says that, okay, yeah. Question number 9 says that study the given diagram carefully and select the correct option. See, X, Y and Z, three states are there. So you have to tell which one is solid, which one is liquid, and which one is heating, freezing or cooling, whatever. Okay. So if you tally the four options, then definitely your correct answers will be option C. Because in solid, X, the molecules are compactly packed. In gas Z, the molecules are far away from each other. In liquid Y, the molecules are loosely packed. When liquid changes into solid, the process is called freezing, which is P. Okay. Okay, now question number 10. The diagram below shows a pump connected to a glass jar. The volume of the glass jar is 500 centimeter cube and it is filled with air. Now when the piston is pushed in completely, 100 centimeter cube of air is forced into the jar. Now what is the final volume of in the jar? Okay, so a little bit calculation is there. Question number 10. See, as air can be compressed and takes up the volume of the container, its final volume in the jar will be 500 centimeter cube. Okay. Option number A. There is a little logic between here. Okay. So if you read the question properly twice or thrice, you can easily understand this. Okay, because whatever the air the piston will just force to come, it will all goes to the glass jar. Okay, so definitely the final volume will be 500 centimeter cube. Okay, question number 11 says that Anmol has three objects P, Q and R. He puts P into a measuring cylinder with 30 milliliter of water. Then he puts Q and R one by one into the same measuring cylinder as shown. Okay, so three cylinders are there. You can see this is the first one, this is the second one, and this is the third one. So three cylinders are there. Now, which of the objects has or have a volume less than 30 milliliter? Okay, now when only P is added, volume of water increased by 20 milliliter. Okay, you can see here from 30 to 50 milliliter only. Now when Q is added, water level raises up another 25, that means 50 to 75. Hence P and Q have volume less than 30 milliliter. On the other hand, addition of R increases the volume from 75 to 125 milliliter. That is an increase of 50 milliliter. Hence your option C will be correct. P and Q only. Clear? Okay. Question number 12 says that in the given options, a boy is looking through a material. Which one of the following represents a translucent material? Okay, translucent materials means, students, we have known that we cannot look through an opaque material at all, while we can look through a translucent material but partially. Okay, so here you can go for option number B. You can see option number B is the translucent material. Okay, let us move to the next one. Question number 13. Study the given table. Here material is there, whether it is waterproof or not it is given, whether it is conduct heat or not, or whether it is elastic or not. All the three things are given. Now select the option that correctly identifies the two of them. So if you just compare these four options or tally these four options, definitely your correct options will be option number B. Okay. Why option number B? Because aluminium is waterproof, good conductor of heat and non-elastic, and wood is neither waterproof nor elastic and does not conduct heat. Okay. Now question number 14 says that select the option that correctly gives the examples of physical and chemical changes. Okay. Now physical changes, see, many examples are there: tearing of paper, burning of paper, rusting of iron, formation of ice, breaking of glass, cooking of food, melting of butter and burning of wood. Okay, so out of these you have to choose. So your correct option should be option number D, formation of ice and burning of wood. Okay, because formation of ice is a physical change and burning of wood is a chemical change. Okay, good. Okay, now let us move to question number 15. Question number 15 says that read the given passage and select the correct option regarding 1, 2, 1 and 2. Okay, so I am reading the passage that dash has no definite space but definite volume, whereas dash has neither definite space nor definite volume. So it is very easy one, students. Your options will be Option A. Okay, because see, liquids do not have definite shape but have definite volume such as honey, and gases neither have definite shape or definite volume such as nitrogen. Okay. Okay, now question number 16. Question number 16, there is a chart below, students. So this question you can do it by yourself. Read the chart properly. This is a, you can say, flow chart. So read the flow chart properly and tally the 4 options and try to find out which options will be the correct one. Okay, so let us move to question number 17. Question number 17 says that Tanmay heated a bimetallic strip made up of metal X and metal Y. After a few minutes, he observed that it, you can say, queried as shown. See, it is getting little tilt. Now, what can be concluded from this experiment? So, definitely from this experiment, we can conclude option number B, that both metals expands on heating but metal Y expands more, which leads to curdling. Okay, you can see here that the bending of metal Y is greater than metal X. Okay. Okay, now question number, okay, so let us move to the next question. So question number 18 says that Arun performed an experiment to compare the heat conductivity of 4 different materials. Okay, P, Q, R and S. Now thumb tracks were fixed with wax on each material, and then the materials were fixed to through containing hot water as shown in the diagram. So you can see here the diagram. Now Arun labeled or tabulated his result as shown in the figure. So material PQRS is there and time taken to thumb tracks to drop. Okay, minutes are there. Now what can be inferred from the experiment? So 4 options are there. So if you tally these 4 options, then you can easily find out that option A will be your correct, that material R is a better conductor of heat than material S. Why? Because material R is a better conductor because it took only 2 minutes for the wax to attach to it melts as compared to material S, which took 4 minutes. Okay, so very simple explanation. Okay, let us move to the next one, question number 19. Question number 19 says that some iron nails were stored in containers for a few weeks as shown in the diagram below. Okay, so you can see here the diagram, some containers are there, W, X, Y and Z. Okay, now only the nails in the bottle X rusted. So what will be the suitable conclusion for the given experiment? See, in the W container only iron nails are there. In X container tap water is there. In Y container tap water is there with boiled tap water is there. And in container Z oil is there. Okay, in Y also oil is there. Okay, so 4 options are there, that rusting requires water only, rusting requires air only, rusting requires both air water, rusting requires neither air nor water. Okay, so you can go for option number C, that rusting requires air and water both. As only nails in both bottle X got rusted, this means both water and air are required for rusting. Okay. Okay, let us move to the next one then. 20, question number 20. 2 substances P and Q were filled in a syringe. Now the plunger was then pushed as shown in the figure. You can see here. Okay, this part is called as the plunger. Okay, plunger. So definitely the plunger is pushed. Now which one of the following would most likely to be P and Q? Okay, so if you go through the options properly, option C will be your correct option, because P could be air as it gets compressed when plunger is pushed down, and Q could be water as liquids are slightly compressible. Okay, so that is all your questions, students. All 20 questions of this chapter, matter and materials, we have discussed. Now in the next video lecture we will discuss the next chapter, which is force and energy. Okay, till then just read the questions, practice the questions. Okay, thank you everybody.